Alrighty, here we are with our next victim, subject. This is a Kenmore 148.12030. It's an older machine from the 70s. Weighs about 900 pounds. Well, it seems like 900 pounds. It's actually about 50 pounds. Solid machine, flatbed, cast iron. It's a side load, meaning the shuttle is this way. I'll show you in a minute the underside, what it looks like inside there. Just a straight zigzag machine. There's your zigzag control there. That's your lock for your zigzag. This is your stitch length. It does have a feed dog drop, which is nice, I guess, if you're doing free motion and stuff where you don't need those feed dogs up. Pretty much abandoned on the side of the road, this machine was. It's a found item. It had been sitting out for a little while because before I could even assess the works, I had to pull out the shuttle. It was all covered in rust and a wee bit bound up. So I pulled that out, cleaned it up, got it so it was working again. It's a good machine if you don't mind lugging something very heavy around. Flatbed, not free arm. It's in first service. I'll clean it up here and get her working good. I did do a test sew once I got the shuttle ungunked. And here is the result of my test sew. The black is the top thread, or was the top thread. The green was the bottom thread, and as you can see, it's the tension's inconsistent. So when it's inconsistent, I start to assess what might be causing that. If it was lumpy like that all the way around, then I'd know the top tension wasn't tight enough. But you can see it starts off good and gets progressively worse, and it's just all over the place, which leads me to believe that there's something other than the top tension at play here. So then I assess all the thread guides, all the places where the thread has to go through, and my determination on this machine, see if I can do this one-handed without making you seasick. Come on, coordination. The foot out of the way here. Everybody's fighting me here. Right there on the very outer edge, right where the needle comes down, you can see there's needle strikes. And that, I think, is what's causing my problem, is those needle strikes. It's created a burr on the plate, which is snagging my threads. I can't get right in there. Can I get right in there? Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's riddled with bullet holes, as you can see. So that right there, I think, is what's causing my thread tension, because the thread threads through the needle from this side, that way. So it's going to come close to that edge of the needle plate hole. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to pull that plate off there and buff that out. And hopefully that'll solve the top tension problem. First I thought maybe the zigzag was out of adjustment, but you can see it's even on both sides of the hole, Well, when I get the zigzag working, of course. This type of setup is a pain in the butt. Some things you can't do one-handed. There we are. First I thought it was uneven in the hole there, but it's pretty even, so the zigzag isn't out of alignment at all. So somebody has forced it and caused the needle strikes. That's quite a bit of deflection. That's quite a bit of deflection. So take care of that, and we'll take care of our tension issue, hopefully. Give you a peek at the belly of the beast here in just a second, but that's where we're at with this. And here we are in the belly of the beast. Cams and levers, no gears. Makes it very reliable. Now I call these style of shuttle here a side loader because the shuttle itself is parallel to the path of sewing rather than facing this way, which is perpendicular. I don't know if it has any particular advantage. It is particularly challenging though when you want to do a zigzag, because when the shuttle is facing this way, front loader as I call them, zigzag, you just put it in zigzag and sew away. But when you turn it sideways like that, now you want to do a zigzag, the whole shuttle has to move side to side now, or you're going to get massive needle strikes on the works. So I don't know what the particular advantage is to a side loader, but it does make for some interesting engineering for a zigzag stitch. But when I picked it up, that whole shuttle area there was a wee bit rusty, so it was binding up, and I guess the person who virtually abandoned it had slathered a bunch of oil in there hoping that it would become loose, not thinking that maybe, it's rusty in there. But anyways, so I pulled that apart, cleaned it up. There's plenty of oil under here, hardly any oil on the top, so I did a good service on the top. Fascinating machinery. So many different things have to be in sync and timed, and I think this here is the feed dog drop, which goes over here to that piece. And then the whole shuttle assembly back and forth for a zigzag stitch. There we are, nice and polished. Shined up real good. That's as far as I can zoom in there. Took a couple of close-up pictures for you, show you the repair. Basically just buffed the rough spots out and finished cleaning it up. Nice looking machine. Runs good. Take a peek under the hood here. There we go. There's all the works. All the wakes. A lot of this mechanism here is for the zigzag. There we go. Unlike in your car, where the engine takes the up and down motion and turns it into round and round motion, sewing machine does the opposite. Takes the round and round motion here and turns it into up and down here, so that everything goes roundy round and up and down, and over, under, and through. Quite fascinating machinery. When it's all up and running. And there's full tilt. This little slider here controls your zigzag width. Stop binding. There we go. Further out that thing slides to here, the wider your zigzag gets. The more in line it is with that cam to the left of it, here, I think that's a straight stitch right there. And you see that the back and forth here, the zigzag doesn't zigzag until you put this here. Put that part way. And that's a narrow zigzag. So, there you have it. Clean, shiny, just like new. Good like new.